Oh boy. This is going to be a tough video to talk about. Alrighty guys, hey, how's it going? You know it is, D-Man the Greaser, and I wish I was bringing you some positive, I wish I was giving you a positive cigar review or a positive video in general, but unfortunately this is gonna be a tough one. Now, for those of you who are in the cigar community and, you know, watch cigar content on YouTube, you may or may not heard that Bradley Reith from Zeal Cigars has unfortunately passed away last week from a motorcycle accident. And yeah, it's very sad. I mean, he was old. I mean, he wasn't very old. He was only 50 years old. And, you know, unfortunately, he left a wife and a few kids and his parents as well. So it's from what I hear, it's very tough on the family. So pray for his family, and also pray for his close friends. Now, the cigar I'm smoking is very special for me right now, and for this video in particular. And not only is it actually a really good cigar from Plasencia 149, but this is the cigar that Bradley Reith himself actually sold me 2 weeks ago, before just a week before he died. So this cigar is in honor of Bradley Reith. So yeah, so this is I'm gonna call it the Bradley Reith cigar, or my last Bradley Reith cigar, even though it's Plasencia. So about 2 weeks ago, so a week before he died, I actually went up to Zeal Cigars for the first time, and only because I always wanted to meet Bradley. Because, well, I know Tim pretty well off of Cigars Daily. I go to his shop from time to time when I go to Phoenix, but I never had the chance to go to Zeal Cigars until 2 weeks ago. And for those of you who don't know, Bradley has always been one of my favorite cigar YouTubers, next to Tim from Cigars Daily, which is a matter of fact that they used to work together just right before Tim did Cigars Daily off of the TNT cigars, or the Tim and Bradley review. And those two are the big influence of mine when it comes to smoking cigars. Sorry, there's a lot of bugs. They're kind of hatching right now from the rain, and yeah, they're kind of bugging me right now. Pun intended. See, that's the only positive thing about this video. But yeah. So when I first started cigars, I don't know if you guys know about my story about cigars, but I started when I was about 15 years old or 16 years old in high school. And my dad, he'll smoke a cigar from time to time. It's very rare that he does, but he has like a little humidor in his little, in a sock drawer, or next to his gun safe, whatever. And when I was a kid or a teenager in high school, I always thought, you know, cigars were really cool, just because of Uncle Buck, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and just a lot of the cool guys in movies. And I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to smoke one. So what I did was, I took a couple cigars out of his little humidor. I snuck them in my pocket, and he didn't know, still doesn't. Dad, if you're watching this, yeah, this is what happened when I was a kid. I'm sure he found out eventually. Anyway, besides the point. So I decided to take some cigars into the backwoods that I used to live in Virginia. And I found a good spot to light it and whatever. And I didn't know zip about cigars. You know, no one taught me how to cut or light them. So I had my phone at the time, or the phone I had, and I went on YouTube, because you know you can find anything on YouTube. Even for 2016 or 2017, you can still find any little bits of information on the internet, especially on YouTube. And the first thing that pops up about, you know, how to light, cut, cut and light a cigar, everything that you need to know to learn how to smoke a cigar. And the first thing that popped up was the Tim and Bradley review off of TNT, and I watched a few of their I watched a few of their videos, and it was very informative, and that's how I kind of understood the whole community and the enjoyments of cigars. And both of them were really funny. I mean, Tim is still funny to this day. I know the guy, and he's a really good guy though too. But Tim always struck me as well, or Bradley also struck me as well, because yeah, I mean, again, he had a lot of, you know, he was a very lovable guy. He was a very friendly guy. Even when I met him for the first time a couple weeks ago, I mean, he was still friendly to me, even though we were strangers like 2 weeks ago. And it felt like we automatically became buddies and automatically became friends. Like, even though we met each other for the first time and even the last time. But I still consider him a buddy, even though I met him only one day. But then again, I consider him always a buddy of mine, just because I've been watching his videos since I was like a 15 or 16-year-old in high school. And always loved his cigar reviews as well. So yeah, so that'll always be dear to my heart. Probably till the day I die, you know. So yeah. See, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, and you know, and the funny thing is, you know, when it comes to celebrities' death, now, you know, Bradley is not like overly the top major celebrity, but he is like I would say one of the most influential guys in the cigar community, especially on YouTube or on the internet. And out of a lot of people who are my age or so, or even people who are older, you know, who are getting into cigars, they all say that, like, the few people that they learned off of was from Tim from Cigars Daily, and Bradley from Zeal Cigars. Even during his like TNT days, they learned off of Bradley. So Bradley, very much influential into the cigar community, hands down, without a doubt. So yeah, whew, all that smoke. It's probably Bradley there too, so you know. Anyway, love you, Bradley. But yeah, but this video kind of is like my heart goes out to Bradley's family and all of his close friends. My condolences to y'all. You know, even though Bradley was a Christian, and no doubt in my mind he's with Jesus. And I was watching the video on Instagram on Zeal Cigars about it. From what the guy was saying, I forget the guy's name. You guys will probably know his name. But he was saying that, you know, Bradley was a Christian, and you know, one of his biggest wishes and dreams was to meet Jesus and to die from some kind of motorcycle accident. And he got what he got what he always wanted. So no doubt in my mind, he died no doubt he died peacefully, and no doubt he's with the Lord right now. So it's a bittersweet thing, you know. That's what my pastor says. You know, death is kind of death is a bittersweet thing. You know, it's great for someone who believes, because they get to meet Jesus and they're in paradise forever. But it's sad for us on this world that have to deal with the mourning and all that. So yeah. And this also is kind of also going to be a little bit of a PCA out there. For those of you who do drive, you know, be careful with motorcyclists. All right, you know, be careful around your surroundings when it comes to motorcyclists. All right, sometimes motorcyclists, they have a tendency to be on the wild side. It's like sometimes they can get in your way a little bit. They can be slow, this and that. They can be anywhere. So just like if you know there's gonna be some motorcyclists around, or even if you're just driving in general, just keep an eye out. You know, just be totally aware of your surroundings. You know, if you hear motorcyclists, or if you see a motorcyclist like on your rearview mirror, or just right in front of you, give that motorcyclist some space. All right, because one little accident will kill that motorcycle, and probably could kill you as well. But most likely could hurt, or even worse, kill someone on those motorcycles. All right, so just be careful out there, guys. I mean, the world is crazy enough. I think at this point almost everybody is a crazy driver now. Everybody wants to go fast, wants to get to point A to point B in a matter of like minutes. No one wants to take their time on the roads anymore. I'm certainly like that too. But people are stupid on the road sometimes. So just be very careful around your surroundings with that. And for all of you motorcyclists out there who watch my content, just be careful too, man. Be careful, guys. If you're riding on a motorcycle, like, always wear the right gear. I know this is like some basic stuff, and I'm sure all of you guys know, but this is just my thing, how I care about all of you guys, and you guys are very much dear to my heart. But all you motorcyclists out there, I know you guys get this all the time, but it's true. It's just so crazy now. You just follow these. I know it's gonna be tough, but just follow them and you'll be fine. But always wear the right gear. Wear the right helmet. Sorry, a little bit of smoke just kind of went into my nose a little bit. But yeah, just be aware of your surroundings. Be careful on the roads. Balance the roads, or share the roads with the fellow cars and fellow pedestrians. You got, everybody is all at risk. You guys are at risk, especially. You guys are vulnerable because you're not heavily protected. All right. Just be careful on the roads. Don't be stupid. Definitely don't. Both you guys, like motorcyclists and drivers out there, don't drive impaired. Be very morally awake. Be aware of your surroundings again, and yeah, just be safe out there, guys. You only live once. All right. God has plans for y'all, and don't be wasting those. Don't be wasting the plans that God's given you, and what's God. Always keep your faith in God though too, and and of course Bradley wants you guys to follow the Lord, and and Bradley would have said to you guys, Jesus loves you, all right, and I believe that too, as a Christian. But again, just be safe out there. Trust in the Lord, trust in His wills. Don't follow your own ways, follow His ways. And yeah, just make this place a better world. Even the world's crazy, you don't have to be crazy, to live in this world. All right. So yeah. So again, my condolences to the Reith family and to all of his close friends and relatives of his that probably knew him better than I did. And I'm actually into the story right now about, I might have just talked about, but I'll repeat myself again, sorry. This is the first time I'm hearing about this news, so this is like really, really hitting me right now, unfortunately. But I know eventually I will meet him soon. I will meet him one day in heaven, and Bradley, like when I get to heaven up there, we'll have some good cigars, like some of the best cigars up there, and probably ride some fun motorcycles as well. All right. But yeah, so again, 2 weeks ago, I, the week before he died, I decided to go up to Phoenix. I was originally going to go to Cigars Daily and visit my buddy Tim, But by the time I was going to be out there, the store was already going to be closed by then. But Zeal Cigars was already open, was going to be open still by the time I get there. And I would have some time to smoke in the lounge and maybe watch TV there and have a little rest. So I walk into, I go in, walk into the shop, and go into like the little humidor in there. And of course, like, they have security in there, so like whenever someone goes into the shop, they'll know if someone's there or not. And when I went to the big humidor that he has, or that Zeal Cigars offers, and I see Bradley. He comes into the humidor, and he's taller than I am, and I'm a short guy. He's taller than I am. He's probably like 5'9". Well, he's probably 5'10" or 6 foot, whatever. Like, kind of on the heavier set size of things. And he comes in and he's like, "Hey, how's it going on? What's going on, dude? Is there anything I can help you with?" I'm like, "Yeah. Can you show me where like the My Fathers and Placencias are?" So, and he's like, "Yeah, of course." And he showed me where they are, and no problem. But like when he did walk in to that little humidor, I'm like, "Hey, I know you. You're Bradley. I've been watching you since I was a high schooler." He was like, "Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, thanks for all the support." And yeah, and we talked a little bit. We talked about cigars a little bit, and we just had good conversations about it. And when he was ringing me up for this cigar right here that I'm smoking, and 2 others that I already smoked. And this is actually his last cigar that I have that I bought off of from Bradley. Again. So he was ringing me up, and again, Bradley is a fellow Christian. And I was wearing the same jacket right here. Almost the same thing I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing almost the exact same thing I'm wearing right now. Seriously. And he takes a good close on this pin right here in particular that says "Real Men Loves Jesus," and he's like, and he says, "That's a really cool pin. I really dig it. You know, I couldn't agree more." I'm like, "Amen, brother." And we actually did talk about the Lord for a little bit, and it was really nice. You know, 2 Christians kind of interested in the same thing, a little bit, from cigars and loving Jesus. You know, we really got along really nicely. And I wish I took a picture with him before I left the shop. And I wish I got to know him a little bit more, though. I wish I did. But I'm still very grateful that I actually got to meet him for the first, but also last time, though, too. I'm very fortunate enough I actually got to meet him for the first time. And unfortunately, it was the last time I met him, but yeah. But I still think it's a pretty cool, though. Oh, and also when he was showing me the little humidor or little lounge that he has at the shop, you know, there was like some TVs set up, some couple lounge chairs, and also some cutters, lighters. You know, your typical cigar lounge. And it's like, "Yeah, this is there and this that," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I turn on the remote on the TV, trying to look for something to watch, and South Park comes on, and Bradley comes in from the back room. He's like, "Oh, South Park, I love this show." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I really love it. I love it too, man." And you know, we talked about politics. We have the same interest of politics a little bit. You know, I mean, he was a really nice and genuine guy. You know, and I'm surely gonna miss him a lot. And you know, and the nice thing about Bradley was, because I told him I lived out here in Tucson, and the shop is in Phoenix, and I was smoking one cigar. It was a My Father's, I can remember, and he pointed it out. He's like, "Yeah, that's a good cigar, though. You got a good choice, man." And I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I like My Father's and all that." And yeah, it was a really nice time, though, too. And yeah, and well, I wasn't finished with the cigar, but the store was about to close at 7 at the time. It was already 7, but since I was like the only guy at the shop, you know, at the lounge, whatever, he was very nice enough just to let me smoke, you know, little after hours. And again, if you guys met him in person, I mean, even if it was like only one time, I mean, he was such a nice, and I mean, he truly was a humble Christian too. I can tell you that. So yeah. Well, again, so yeah, that's kind of my story with me and Bradley 2 weeks ago, just a week before he died. So yeah. So again, guys, I wish I was bringing you a positive video, and I know I'm sorry if it's kind of a sad video. I just thought I should put it out there and share my story, you know, with Bradley. Again, my condolences go out to the family and also to close friends. And again, GTFO guys, make sure you click that like button, hit that subscribe button as well while you're at it, hit the notifications, leave a comment there. I respond as quickly as I can, even if I'm at work. I'll definitely go check out the comments. I'll like on them. I'll probably respond maybe. Again, go follow me on all my social medias. I leave them posted like in the description below. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram especially. I post a lot more content off of there. I'll let you guys know, and I'll let you guys know about the whole merchandise situations, merchandise stuff. Just keep an eye out on my Instagram though too. I'll leave a story about it and promote it. Email me, DM me about it. So yeah. And guys, this is D-Man signing off. Stay positive, stay strong, be safe out there. Have a good cigar, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.